The Nevis Reformation Party believes the Federation should have another COVID-19 vaccine option other than the Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine, which is currently being used. According to the leader of the party, Dr. Janice Daniel Hodge, there are too many concerns regarding the AstraZeneca vaccine, and more information is still lacking regarding the government's vaccination program.
Once persons have options, then you would definitely increase the likelihood of voluntary participation. And so, when doing some reading, I realized that the Johnson & Johnson vaccine is one that is available to COVAX. It may not be available right now, but there is a time frame in place. And so these are things that people would want to be able to know and understand. And at least if people said, I prefer to take the Johnson & Johnson vaccine because of the risks associated with AstraZeneca, then people would be much more willing to comply. And I think we would see more of where the country recognizes what we need to do and the path to getting to that outcome.
The Nrp leader said last week that the party is against mandatory vaccination against COVID-19, citing that there are still many questions persons have of the vaccine. SK Newsline asked Dr. Daniel Hodge if she would support mandatory vaccination if these concerns were adequately addressed.
We are aware of mandatory vaccination here in St. Kitts and Nevis and all over the world. Going into school, primary school, you have to carry your vaccination record to show that you have been vaccinated. And while those vaccines may have been tested over and over, and we have the absolute faith and confidence that they are safe, then we may not be able to get to that point right now with the COVID-19 vaccine. But certainly if persons are provided with options, if persons are provided with education and resources to be able to be more comfortable in taking the vaccine, then that would definitely put us in a much better position.
Prime Minister Dr. Timothy Harris last week hinted to the possibility of mandatory vaccination in St. Kitts and Nevis and said his government was consulting with lawyers to determine the constitutionality of this move. Andre Huey, SKN Newsline.